An album that showcased an artist's overall growth as a performer and vocal talents as a singer. Her dynamic stage presence and powerful vocals captivated audiences. However, poor commercial performance of the album and the limited impact of the 2 singles released would ultimately lead to the album stalling and failing to get the same momentum of her debut.
Did you say?
Oh my God!
I heard he's talking about oh my God!
This is the story of Blu Cantrell's Bittersweet era. If you enjoy hearing stories about eras gone by, hit the subscribe button to be notified when I next upload. Now, back to the video. Prior to the release of her debut, Blu worked as a backing singer for Diddy and Blackstreet as part of a girl group called 8th Avenue. She was keen to make her own way in the industry and went on to audition for a new group that was being put together called 321. After music producer Tricky Stewart heard Blu's promising vocal ability, it was agreed that she would be better off becoming a solo artist. Cantrell's career took off with the release of her debut album, So Blue, which was released in 2001. The album featured a mix of R&B and soul, showcasing her powerful vocals and charismatic stage presence. The lead single, Hit 'Em Up Style, became a massive hit, reaching the top of the charts in several countries and earning Cantrell widespread recognition. The song's success propelled her debut album to commercial success as well, establishing Blu as a rising star in the music industry. Ultimately, the debut album received positive reviews from critics and solidified Cantrell's position as a promising talent. Following the success of her first album, Cantrell collaborated with a handful of artists in the industry. This allowed Blu to keep momentum going after the So Blue era ended and gain hype for the much-anticipated sophomore album. She appeared as a featured artist on rapper Lady May's single Round Up, as well as a remix of Usher's You Remind Me alongside Method Man. These collaborations helped further expand her presence in the music scene and showcased her versatility as an artist. Blu began recording her sophomore album Bittersweet in 2002. While specific details about the overarching concept for the album may not be explicitly outlined, the title itself suggests a theme that runs quite prominently throughout the project. Bittersweet typically refers to something that is simultaneously pleasant and painful, encapsulating the complexity of human emotions and experiences.
The first album, So Blue, was like I was coming out of being so hurt. But Bittersweet was like I was, the second chapter to the first story. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was the second chapter, so I was moving forward from being just blue into being sweet, but a little bit bitter. So, I was still holding on to some of the things that hurt me, but I was progressing into a better place.
Okay.
So, and the process was pretty fast. It was much faster than the second album. And, I just think it really went smooth and fast. It didn't even take us 2 months.
The album explores themes related to love, relationships, and personal growth, touching on both the joys and challenges that come with them. The album showcased Cantrell's growth as an artist. The album featured a more diverse sound compared to her debut. Blu's powerful vocals and emotive delivery were considered highlights of the album, demonstrating her talent and versatility as a performer. Blu Cantrell collaborated with a variety of writers and producers on the project, each contributing to the overall sound and direction of the album, notably Andrea Martin, who was a renowned songwriter having worked with numerous artists in the R&B and pop genres. Martin's contributed to the album's most recognizable song, Breathe. Other contributors included Danish duo Soulshock and Carlin, who had also worked with artists including Whitney Houston and Maya. The duo were known for bringing a sound that was a perfect blend of pop and R&B, which Blu could use to diversify her sound and reach a wider audience. Candy Burruss wrote on the song on the album project called Make Me Wanna Scream. Candy, who had written for artists including Destiny's Child and TLC, looked to bring a fresh sound to Blu's project, appealing to a younger demographic. Breathe was chosen as the lead single from the album and had a captivating and distinctive sound compared to the singles Blu had released from her debut. The song contains excerpts and samples from What's the Difference by rapper and producer Dr. Dre, which in turn revolved around a sample from Charles Aznavour's 1966 song Parce que tu crois.
What's the difference between me and you?
The original version of the song did not contain the feature which was later added, had Blu singing solo on the track. The remix version, featuring a collaboration with Jamaican artist Sean Paul, was later repackaged as the single version and was eventually pushed to radio and used for the music video. Released in 2003, the song showcases Cantrell's sultry vocals alongside Sean Paul's energetic dancehall-infused verses. Cantrell's background in R&B is evident in the song's smooth melodies and soulful delivery. Her vocals add depth and emotion to the track. Her vocals are paired well with the big band sound, adding an almost blues feel to the record. This is in direct contrast to Sean Paul's more rhythmic and energetic style. Paul's contribution brings a distinct dancehall flavour to the song. Dancehall music, originating from Jamaica, is characterised by its pulsating rhythms, catchy hooks, and lyrical style. Sean's verses injected the song with energy and rhythm, adding a dynamic element to the overall sound. The production combines contemporary R&B elements with dancehall-inspired rhythms. The beat features a catchy drum pattern and bass line, providing a solid foundation for Cantrell and Paul's vocals to shine. The incorporation of the prominent sample from What's the Difference forms the backbone of the song's melody and rhythm, adding a nostalgic and iconic element to Breathe. Breathe received generally positive critical reception. Critics praised the song's infectious energy, fresh sound, and the chemistry between Cantrell and Sean Paul. The track's blend of R&B and dancehall influences was also well received, with many noting its appeal to a wide audience. Commercially, the song did well, especially overseas in the UK, where it reached #1 on the singles chart and was eventually certified platinum. The music video was directed by Hype Williams and was released in 2003 to accompany the song's single. The video received widespread airplay on music channels such as MTV and VH1. The video features a vibrant and dynamic visual style that complements the energetic vibe of the song. It incorporates the use of bold colours, lighting and fashion to create a lively backdrop for Cantrell and Sean Paul's performances. Cantrell exudes confidence and sensuality as she sings the song's catchy hooks and dances along to the infectious rhythm. Cantrell's scenes are often interspersed with shots of her in different outfits, showcasing her versatility and style. Sean verses are accompanied by scenes of him delivering his trademark dancehall-infused vocals. He brings his characteristic energy and charisma to the video, adding a dynamic element to the overall visual experience. Sean Paul's scenes often feature him interacting with Cantrell and other dancers, further enhancing the song's collaborative spirit. The music video features choreographed dance sequences that complement the song's upbeat tempo and infectious rhythm. Dancers can be seen showcasing their moves alongside Cantrell and Sean Paul, adding to the video's energetic and dynamic atmosphere. The song performed well in Europe, the UK and Ireland reaching #1, where it received significant airplay on UK radio stations and music channels, exposing it to a wide audience. In the US, the single peaked at number 41 on the Billboard chart, becoming Cantrell's second highest charting single after Hit 'Em Up Style. The single's chart performance in the US was considered a disappointment given the success of her debut single. The track has since gone on to be certified multi-platinum in the UK, selling over 1 million units, as well as certifying gold in parts of Europe and Australia. Cantrell released her follow-up single, Make Me Wanna Scream, 11 months after Breathe. It was unclear why the follow-up single took so long to release and likely hindered the momentum and promotion of Bittersweet. After the success of Breathe, Cantrell may have taken her time to carefully select and craft the next single, ensuring that it met her artistic vision and maintained the momentum established by the lead single. Artists often invest significant time and effort into creating and perfecting new music, which can contribute to delays in releasing follow-up singles. The singer may have faced personal or professional challenges that impacted her ability to release new music in a timely manner. Factors such as health issues, creative blocks, or contractual obligations can contribute to delays in an artist's career trajectory. Make Me Wanna Scream was released as the second single from the album in October 2003 and is a mid-tempo R&B track that again features Cantrell's soulful vocals over a smooth instrumental backdrop. Blending elements of R&B, soul and reggae, Cantrell's vocals once again take center stage in the song, delivering emotive lyrics with power and finesse, showcasing her vocal range and ability. A steady rhythm section provides the foundation of the track, with a mid-tempo groove that drives the song forward. A warm, pulsating bass line adds depth and texture to the song, grounding the melody and providing a solid backbone for the overall track. Clean electric guitar chords and riffs contribute to the song's melodic structure, adding a rhythmic and harmonic dimension. Synthesized textures and keyboard melodies add layers of ambience and atmosphere to the track, filling out the sonic space and enhancing the overall sound. The arrangement is dynamic and very akin to the songs from the early 2000s, with a drum pattern that sits on top of the track as opposed to being intertwined like much of the R&B from the 90s. Production techniques such as layering, EQ, and effects are used to create a polished and cohesive sound, balancing the different sonic elements and enhancing their impact. Directed by Hype Williams in 2003, the music video for the song captures Cantrell's journey through the cityscape, accompanied by her friends. Scenes depict Cantrell driving a Mercedes and engaging in rebellious acts, including vandalizing her ex-boyfriend's car with spray paint alongside her girlfriends. While initially believed to feature Simon Webbe from the English boy band Blu, the ex-boyfriend portrayed in the video was actually Cantrell's then-boyfriend, Tony De Niro, who appears at the end, discovering the defacement on his car. In comparison to the music video for Breathe, the video for Make Me Wanna Scream presents a different visual narrative and aesthetic. While both videos showcase Cantrell's confidence and charisma as a performer, they offer different visual interpretations of the song's themes and lyrics. Breathe emphasizes energetic performances and vibrant aesthetics, while Make Me Wanna Scream presents a narrative-driven storyline that complements the song's emotional depth and rebellious spirit. The commercial performance of the single was more modest compared to the success of her previous single Breathe. While Make Me Wanna Scream garnered attention from fans and critics, it did not achieve the same level of commercial success. The single received moderate airplay on radio stations and music channels, helping to increase its visibility and exposure, but ultimately failed to help with the album's overall momentum. The single also may have faced challenges in gaining widespread popularity and achieving significant success on charts worldwide. Factors such as competition from other releases, shifting musical trends, and varying audience preferences could have influenced the commercial performance of Make Me Wanna Scream. The momentum of releasing the second single 11 months after the lead single would also likely have impacted the overall success, as a number of R&B female artists released singles around this time, leading to increased competition. The release of singles by other prominent R&B female artists around the same time as Blu Cantrell's singles could have increased competition for radio airplay, chart positions, and overall attention from audiences. With multiple high-profile releases vying for listeners' attention, Cantrell may have faced challenges in standing out and maintaining momentum for her own singles. Alicia Keys, Beyoncé, and Ashanti were all established artists with dedicated fan bases. Their singles likely appealed to a similar demographic as Cantrell's music, meaning that they were competing for the same audience's attention. Cantrell may have faced difficulty in attracting listeners away from these established artists, especially if they were already invested in supporting their music. The success of singles such as You Don't Know My Name or Me, Myself and I could have influenced industry trends and radio programming during that time period. Radio stations and music channels may have focused more on promoting these high-profile releases, potentially overshadowing Cantrell's singles and impacting their visibility and commercial performance. Ultimately, the single failed to enter the Billboard 100 chart and peaked at number 24 on the UK singles chart. If the two singles from Bittersweet had been promoted more effectively, the album could have potentially achieved greater success. Effective promotion would have increased the visibility of the singles and the album as a whole. This could have involved securing prominent placement on radio playlists, featuring the music videos on popular TV channels, and leveraging digital platforms for streaming and downloads. Enhanced visibility would have exposed Cantrell's music to a broader audience, potentially leading to higher sales and chart positions. Releasing singles 11 months apart increases the likelihood of competing with other artists' releases for attention and airplay. In a fast-paced music industry, where new music is constantly being released, an extended gap between singles may have resulted in Cantrell's music being overshadowed by more recent releases from other artists. Releasing singles too far apart can also diminish the impact of each individual release. Listeners may forget about the first single by the time the second one is released, resulting in reduced chart performance and overall impact for both singles and the album as a whole. Rumours surrounding Cantrell being pushed out of the music industry have circulated, but concrete evidence to support such claims is scarce. However, the singer's name has often been tied to Jay-Z and Beyoncé as to why she is no longer in the industry. This came to a head in 2014 when the singer was spotted in LA at 2 a.m. running around, saying that she had been poisoned with gas. The singer was taken to a nearby hospital, where she was evaluated by medics. Based on what information is available, it is likely that following the release of her album Bittersweet, Cantrell's commercial success seemed to decline compared to her earlier hits like Hit 'em Up Style and Breathe. This decrease in commercial performance may have led to speculation about her future in the industry. Cantrell's decision not to renew her contract with her record label could have fueled speculation about tensions or conflicts between her and the label. If there were disagreements over creative control, promotion strategies, or other aspects of her career, it could have created a narrative of being pushed out. The music industry is notoriously competitive and fickle, with trends and tastes constantly evolving. Artists who experience a decline in commercial success or visibility may face challenges in maintaining their careers, leading to speculation about being pushed out of the industry. Ultimately, the album had a stunted era due to only 2 singles being released with a considerable gap, and has led to the album being frozen in time as the era feels incomplete. It is clear listening to the album that a number of tracks could have been chosen as follow-up singles to round out the project's rollout and give Bittersweet the attention it deserved at the time of its release.